Greetings, members of the collective. I am Sai from Cyborg Gaming, and I love Portal 2. And considering how much of Portal 2 I constantly rip off, parody, or reference, you should probably know about that by now. But there are a lot of things in Portal 2 you may not know about. There's usually a secret or something interesting in almost every test chamber, and I'm here to list the top 10 most interesting ones. So here's how this works. If you learn one new thing, you are legally obligated to give this video a like. But if you already know all 10 facts, you can leave a dislike guilt-free. Also, this list is organized from the ones you probably know to the more obscure ones, so the list will get more interesting as time goes on. Also, this video will pretty much be spoiling the entire game, so you have been warned. So without further ado, here are 10 things you didn't know about Portal 2. Number 10. In Test Chamber 15 in Chapter 8, Wheatley notices the test chamber you are in has no exit, and he decides the best way to fix this problem is to ram two chambers together. But did you know that just after the other chamber finishes moving, you can see Peabody wander in, look at you, and then run out again? Number 9. Portals don't move. A portal will not conduct on an unstationary platform, and if something you placed a portal on previously moves, the portal will collapse. That is one of the basic laws of portal science. Except when it isn't. In The Escape, the room with a neurotoxin emitter is the only place in the entire game where portals can be placed on a moving platform. Also, I'm adding this as an addendum to number 9. Did you know that sometimes the game will move your portals around for you? For example, in this part of the game where I'm escaping from Wheatley, I shoot an orange portal at the excursion funnel and a blue portal at the wall. But here, I shoot an orange portal at the wall and am still caught by the excursion funnel. As you can see, the game moved my orange and blue portals around to save me. Thanks, Valve. Numero 8. Did you know that there are several test chambers in Portal 2 you can trap yourself in? Chambers 4, 10, and 15 specifically.
If you think trapping yourself is going to make me stop testing, you're sorely mistaken. Here's another cube.
You have trapped yourself. Congratulations. The exit door is now open.
Oops. You trapped yourself. I guess that's it then. Thanks for testing. You may as well lie down and get acclimated to the being dead position. I'm kidding. Not about you trapping yourself, though. That really happened. Here, I'll lower the glass. Go on. Finish the test.
Number 7. In Test Chamber 8 in Chapter 2, the aperture turbines begin acting up and GLaDOS gives you some advice in a very quick fashion.
Oh no, the turbines again. I have to go. Wait, this next test does require some explanation. Let me give you the fast version. There, if you have any questions, just remember what I said in slow motion. Test on your own recognizance. I'll be right back.
But what you may not know is that if you slow it down, she is actually quoting a line from Moby Dick.
And methodically knocking people's hats off, then I am high and get to see as soon as I can.
And not only is it a funny joke, but it's also a great excuse to end a class video project early if your teacher decides to enforce a stupid, arbitrary 2-minute time limit on your presentation for no reason whatsoever. So I'd love to give you my particular counter-argument to this topic, as well as a rebuttal. However, I have reached the incredibly arbitrary time limit. So let me give you the fast version. There. If you have any questions, just remember what I said in slow motion. Test on your own recognizance. Anyways, that's it for me. Later. God, I steal from this game way too much. I think it might be some kind of addiction. Anyways, moving on. Number 6. Okay, now we're getting to the interesting bits. In Test Chamber 7 in Chapter 2, it is common knowledge that you can actually steal the companion cube through the door to the exit elevator since the emancipation grid isn't working, quotation marks, whereupon GLaDOS will emancipate it remotely anyway and call you thick. But, while you were distracted like a squirrel in the Hall of Shiny Things by the reappearance of a cube with a heart painted on it, you may not have noticed that Wheatley actually comes out of a panel for a brief second, then slips back in, as if to say, don't worry, I'm still alive. However, Wheatley is a physical object, and can still be grabbed if you manage to do it before he slips back into the panel. Your gun will pluck him out of his hiding spot and into the actual level itself. He doesn't say anything or react in any way, since you're obviously not supposed to be able to do this. He will just kind of cycle through generic, pre-programmed facial expressions. And although GLaDOS will fizzle your cube, she won't fizzle Wheatley or even acknowledge his existence. But it wouldn't really matter if she did regardless. Wheatley is never fizzled throughout the course of the game, and he therefore does not actually have a fizzling animation. If you actually went to the trouble of making a custom map with Wheatley and some emancipation grids, you'll see that he cannot actually be fizzled. He just passes through them like you do. But I'm too lazy and too stupid to know how to do that, so I'm afraid you'll just have to take my word for it. Number 5. In the first chapter of the game, GLaDOS is of course deactivated, and you're being guided by an AI known only as the Announcer. But did you know that in an earlier version of the game, it was actually going to be pre-recordings of GLaDOS guiding you instead, and those files are still in the game.
If you feel liquid running down your neck, relax, lie on your back, and apply immediate pressure to your temples. You are simply experiencing a rare reaction in which the material emancipation grill may have emancipated the ear tubes inside your head.
If you feel liquid running down your neck, relax, lie on your back, and apply immediate pressure to your temples. You are simply experiencing a rare reaction in which the material emancipation grill may have erased the ear tubes inside your head.
Number 4. After you escape GLaDOS for the first time and are trying to shut down her neurotoxin unit, you pass through the Aperture Science Bring Your Daughter to Work Day science fair. And on one of the projects you can actually see Chell's name written in crayon, implying that she used to be the daughter of some scientist who worked at Aperture. And there's of course a fan theory that she's actually the daughter of Cave Johnson and Carolyn, although I find that very hard to believe. It just seems a bit too coincidental. Portal fans, you know that not everything in this facility has to be linked together, right? Number 3. Okay, so number 3 is something I'm including that you may very well already know, but I'm including it because it took me such a long time to realize it. That may very well just mean I'm stupid, but there you go. I've played through the Portal 2 single player 4 or 5 times now, and I didn't notice this until my 4th time through. Right after you wake GLaDOS up, she drops you into the main incinerator room, and after you get the dual portal gun back, you run through a maze where she explains why she hates you so much. But did you know that this seemingly random maze you're going through is actually Chamber 19 from Portal 1, just backwards? I know it may seem obvious to some people, but I was shocked when I finally realized this, mainly because it just took me so long to figure it out. I mean, it just looks so different now from how it did in Portal 1 because of the whole ruined facility thing, but I just can't believe how long it took me to realize that. But like I said, that may very well just be my own incompetence. Anyways, moving on. Numero dos. Okay, I guarantee 99.99% of players have never seen this, and there's a good reason for that. In Portal 2, oftentimes the game will move your portals around for you, as discussed earlier. However, it will also, on occasion, put your portal a little to the left or a little to the right of wherever you actually shot, centering it for you automatically. And because of that mechanic, it means a lot of people didn't get to hear my absolute favorite line of dialogue from Wheatley. So after escaping Wheatley's death trap with the defective turrets, he will say...
Well, no matter, because I'm still holding all the cards. And guess what? They're all full houses. Never actually played cards, meaning to learn.
But to hear these hidden couple lines of dialogue, you will have to argue with the game about where you want to place your portal. And you want to do it in such a way that the excursion funnel makes you bump into the wall, so that you don't go past it, otherwise it will cut off the line of dialogue, or you can use no-clip. But either way, here is, in my opinion, Wheatley's funniest moments that sadly barely anyone knows about.
Oh, I see. Clever. Very clever. And foolish. No way out. You're at my mercy, and I don't have any. You're at my nothing. No, wait, come back. Sorry, please. No, I was going somewhere with all that. Fool! You were a fool to come back because I've trapped you again. Helpless. You're at my mercy, and I don't have any. You're at my nothing. You're at my lack of mercy. And again, not playing along. You're ruining what are some really good speeches, actually. Didn't even get to the good part yet. Twist ending. So twisty, you might even call it spinning. Don't ignore the laughter. Nothing to worry about. The Puppet Master. You're a puppet in a play, and I hold all the strings and cards. Still got the cards in one hand, and I got the strings in the other hand, and I'm making you dance like a puppet, playing cards. All right, fine. I'm not saying another word till you do it properly. I'm sick of this.
And the number one thing you didn't know about Portal 2 is... Even though Aperture is a titan of scientific discovery that has long since left any competition in the dust, Black Mesa, it didn't start out that way. Did you know that Aperture Science was originally a shower curtain manufacturer? Seriously? As can be evidenced by some of the awards in Old Aperture and various articles released by Valve, Aperture Science was once known as Aperture Fixtures, a company that was contracted by the United States to make shower curtains for every branch of the military. After a tremendous amount of success, Cave Johnson transforms his company into Aperture Science, and decides to set out 3 tiers of testing to ensure the company will continue to thrive. Number 1 is the reverse Heimlich maneuver, wherein you tackle someone trying to give a choking man the Heimlich maneuver. Number 2 is the Take-A-Wish Foundation, where you go to dying poor children and give their wish to dying rich children instead. And number 3 is the Portal Project. The first 2 were complete failures, and after a few lawsuits, Aperture was called upon to speak at the Senate. But while there, one of the engineers offhandedly mentions that the Portal Project is showing promise, and the government then adjourned the meeting and gives Aperture further funding to continue the Portal Project. And the rest after that is history. So there you go, folks, 10 things you didn't know about Portal 2, and I hope you enjoyed it. Remember to leave a like if you learned something new, and if you already knew all 10 facts, then please give this video a dislike, because it means I didn't do my job properly. Also, if there are any secrets hidden in this amazing game that I didn't mention here, feel free to share them in the comments, and if I get enough suggestions, I might very well make a second video and include them. Anyways, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Later.